Now with Bob, we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to set up the boring bar in this holder I have for it. And basically, it is set into place. And you don't have to line it up with the spindle like you do a drill chuck. The reason you don't do that is because these tooling blocks make up for the automatic height adjustment on this. So once the block goes down, you're already at the correct height. We're going to lock this bar in. It's getting kind of windy outside. We got some thunderstorms coming in. The other day I had 7 3/4 inches of rain, which was really needed. But that's also one of the reasons I haven't been putting out any videos. It knocked out a lot of gate boxes. Alright, we've got the boring bar in. We're now going to start boring that out to 903. Let's put it in 2 for starting. Normally I'd pull the guard down, but it kind of messes up with you guys seeing what's going on. Run that again. A little faster. Doesn't like that at all. Hear that chatter? That ain't good. That ain't worth the dang. So what could you do to make that stop? One of the things is that boring bar is sticking out about 2.5 inches farther than necessary. So let's put a little mark on that bar and see if we can move it in some. That's where it goes all the way through the material. Let's Don got his new shop building addition added onto just in time to miss all the rain. And he reports that he has had very, very little water intrusion without his roof on. He's got it dried in, but that's about it. Let's see if just that alone helps us a lot. It's not a very big, thick bar. I'm having to bore 3 inches deep. So let's just recreate that. We were at 30. We'll go to 30 again. Well, let me check to make sure I can go to 30. $867. We're going to go to 20. There was 30. We'll touch it off again. See when I get closer that my bar is a little bit too much angled, which doesn't make sense because it should be on the flat of that bar. Let's see if that helps. Going only 20 thousandths deep at that point, but you notice it's not chattering half as bad. Still not what you like, but not as bad. We'll pull it back through and do a spring pass on it. The other day I tried to find some aluminum inserts for this. These aren't aluminum inserts. Aluminum inserts are much sharper. Got some ordered, just haven't come in yet. These aren't for bronze. Just for the kick of it, let's go back through it. It's not even enough to worry about. We're all gold. Somebody asked me where you oil the headstock on a Hardgen or a Bob. You don't. These are sealed bearings. 880. I need 23 to get there. So let's go ahead and split that down into, let's just go 13. You notice the big dot? Well, you can't see, you're not looking down here. Well, maybe I can do it this way. This big dial has stuff that even I can read. And you could divide that up into 10 thousandths if you wanted to. So we're going to go 13. There's 10, 11, 12, 13. And this, like I said, doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be boring the threads in it. And this is just the starting off point. Okay. The spring pass on it, since we're getting close to our final dimension. $8.92. Did it 3 times. 904. Well, that's 903 and a half. Close enough. Like I said, this is ready to be bored now for the teeth and threaded. And we have a perfectly concentric hole, concentric with the outside. This will slide in and we thread the inside and we have a nice insert. Now, notice what I have here. I have an insert that once we thread it, the threads are only going to come to about right there. So that'll leave quite a bit of wall thickness out here to hold on to those threads. And then when this gets Loctited into the bronze, it'll be a nice solid piece. So I'm going to clean up the lathe and go to the bronze piece. Might notice that I'm not using an air hose, which, while much faster, blows chips into places you don't want them to be, like underneath these slides, and that induces wear. So I don't even have air in this shop, in this area, except for the CNC. Kinda wondering what to do about the bronze that I'm fixing to turn off. I'm wondering if it's worth capturing it and being able to use it again. Don't know. I don't have a furnace. Frankly, after going over to Windy Hill Foundry and seeing what the heck the temperatures required for cast iron are, I'm not sure I want to be around that. And if I can't talk Don into doing it, it may just not ever get done. Brag, but I've been in some scary situations in my life. I've had guns pulled on me 3 times, run into burning buildings for years, climbed in the back of ambulances with people I never met that God knows what diseases they had. God's been pretty good to me. Time we had the ceiling of a burning building fall down on me, knocked me to the ground, knocked 2 other members of my team to the ground, burned my neck a little bit. I looked up and the whole roof was just roaring inferno. That wasn't anything like looking into the bottom of the furnace in the boiling white iron at Windy Hills Foundry. That was vicious. So, my thoughts of casting iron, oh, it's just a little bit more than aluminum, it's no problem. My God. It is a problem. That stuff, I think Clark said, you know, it's like looking onto the surface of the sun. And I believe it. Now, when I started this little project and figured out I wanted, y'all are all goofus over here. Come back. Come on, let me get you straight. You don't need to bend your neck like that. Now, when I started, I just whacked off a piece of this bronze that I bought. So it's the same as this. But after thinking it over quite a while, to make it easier on me, I'm going to use this longer piece. Well, crap. Yeah, it would help. It'll be fine. Use this longer piece to grab into the chuck and turn the complete outside, and then cut this off and bore the inside. And the reason I have to do it that way is because, one, it's going to stick out a long ways, and boring that far and drilling all the way through that, I just don't want to have to do that. But two, it'll be more concentric and it'll be more close to what this one is. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this on and go from there. Now, one of the people also told me something in the comments that, you know, they didn't think that, they wouldn't have done it the way I'm doing it, for the simple fact that they didn't think it would hold up. Then others say they will, and I'm one of them that say it will. Loctite makes a special 640 sleeve retaining compound that I've heard some really good stuff about, and whenever I've used it, nothing's broke loose. And I mean, it takes 500 degrees to get it up to temperature where you could break it loose. So what I've got is a 1/1000th inch slip fit going into it. I'll put the 640 Loctite on it, and then there'll be a little grub screw going into the side just for insurance. Now, what they said they would do would put a keyway in the bottom of the nut, then a keyway in the sleeve, and then grooves on each end for external snap rings. I think that's kind of overkill. But I am going to steal part of his suggestion and put grooves on the outside for the external snap rings, just to make Don happy. Actually, he doesn't care. But sort of like belts and suspenders, you know? Belts and suspenders. Can't. All right. Remember I said one of the nice things about turrets is you don't have to change tools a lot. You'll notice this is the same tool I used to do the outside of the aluminum. It's already set up, ready to go. All you got to do is swing it around. What we need to do is turn far enough this way, right there. And we'll be okay. Ready? See what happens. See about truing it up first. Now this is, I forgot the number of it, 3200 bronze. This is formulated for making these kinds of nuts. And it was expensive, about $140 for that piece. Let's take it on down another, let's give it 20 and see how she likes it. Bronze spits at you. So I'm going to put the shield up, see. Hold the shield up so it covers my face. I guess you guys don't matter. Or you matter. That took it to round. 20 thousandths got it down to round. And now we need to get in the range of this. 171.6. 171.6. $176. So we're pretty close to where we want to go. Now another guy made mention of a little tip the other day that I never thought of or been shown. He says set your indicator to this measurement that you want for your outside dimension and zero it. So I've zeroed it there. So now when I go over here and do this, it tells me that I have 51 thousandths to go to get to that measurement. That's a cool trick. Never been shown that before. And I do thank you. I forgot your name. I'm sorry. I'd give you a gold star if I had one. So Alexa is now officially out of a job. 51 thousandths. We're going to go and touch off again with this. Make sure that we didn't move it. We did, so I'm going to go ahead and take move my little slide up here. Number 3 is set on 155. goes everywhere. We'll take spring pass. Is 23.5. I'm going to sneak up on this because frankly I don't want it to go over, because this is really critical, this one. Check this against here first. I don't know if y'all can see that, but take number, it's 0.5 is what it is. Says I have 18 to go, and that says I have 18 to go. Hell, doing it this way, I won't need to use my brain anymore. Okay, let's take 10 off. Sure gives a nice finish. But I don't care, it's going to be glued. Says I have 11 here. But you know what? This thing costs so much money, I don't trust it. So let's just go. That's measuring up pretty exactly the same thing as this Machoyo gauge is. It's 0. This is 10. Says I need to go 7 thousandths. Now, y'all tired of looking at there. Let's just go 7 thousandths and I'll talk. There. 5, 6, 7. All right. I don't feel any heat in that. So we're down to 0. I'm going to leave that alone there. Now, one of the good things about having this work going on 2 lathes is I left that nut over at Don's place on the Axelson set up to bore. This should be a pretty good fit. If anything, it may be a little bit large. But I can go over there and take a skim cut through that other one and adjust it. I don't want to get it too small. I have 4 thousandths of an inch play. The Loctite 604 or 640 will span 4 thousandths of an inch. So that's 2 thousandths on each side and still locked well. So this is done for here. I've got to bore it, but heck, I showed you boring on the other one, so I'm going to cut this video short. I got to get to play practice. It's always something. Thanks for watching and subscribing. You guys are killing me. This 1 and 2 to get to 10,000. It's all good. Thanks.